Welcome back. Equities trading at the Nigerian Exchange Limited closed bearish on Tuesday following previous day's trend. The All-Share Index decreased by 113.48 basis points, representing a dip of 0.24% to close at 47,322.97 basis points. Similarly, the market capitalization lost 61 billion naira to close at 25.776 trillion. The downturn was impacted by losses recorded in medium and large capitalized stocks, among which are Nigerian breweries, Stanbic IBTC, Holding, EcoBank, Transnational Incorporated ETI, Union Bank of Nigeria, and Zenith Bank. Market breadth closed slightly negative, with 13 gainers versus 14 losers. The total volume traded decreased by 56.69% to 120.947 million units, valued at 1.648 billion, and exchanged in 3,022 deals. To help us look at these figures and to analyze the market yesterday and going forward, we are joined by Ambrose Omodion, the Chief Research Officer, Investdata Consulting. Good morning, Ambrose. It's nice of you to join us.
Thank you.
Yes, let's look at the market yesterday. I have to call you a prophet at this point because last week, on Monday, you said the week would have to retract from the gains that it saw last week, and we've seen it happen on Monday and now yesterday. What do you say to this?
Yeah, actually, when you are investing in equity, you have to combine your fundamental and your technical analysis. Looking at the fundamentals, we have seen company earnings, we have seen some economic headwinds that came, and also the data that came from also Bureau of Statistics telling us where the economy is going. And that same period, so that the market was kind of ignoring all this news coming, and market was going up. But also in equity investment, what we call psychology. And that psychology will tell you that when market find its level or come to a top, it's about to be reversed in terms of movement. Yes, market are rallying for almost 2 straight weeks. The first week gain about 1.22, and the upper week gain about 6.88. Then expect that market have gotten to a place. Even on the daily chart, like what I wanted to show, and on the weekly chart, it shows that market have topped at that point. And I tell you that people are waiting for a breakout on that point. And also for smart traders or investors, for this week, you have made a little gain. Knowing that, yes, for some investment windows, a whole year you're waiting to make 14 points, 16 points, but in a week or two, you have made about 22, 25%, nothing stops you taking your profit. Knowing that there's still opportunity for you to make money in the market. That what we saw on Monday and today, yesterday, is that people are taking profit in the market. Nothing that has changed in terms of fundamental or anything, but profit taking is what put the market to give the market a better strength to bounce up and go beyond what we have before coming down. That's tells you that in any equity investment, don't just look at your fundamental alone. Look at what is the attitude, the sentiment of players in that market, because they're all looking at this line. Oh, market has gone into a top portion. Okay. Yes, at this point, yes, let's slow down and see what to do. And that's what we are seeing now. People are taking profit to see if another news will come. But for me, because we are entering December as from tomorrow, by God's grace, and this is the last lap of the year. And also, we expect to see seasonality in this period. Yes, people might say, oh, what we saw this previous week was just part of Santa Claus rally. I will tell you, we'll Santa Claus more in December. And that will depend on news that will come also in that December. But the good thing is that that's in December, that will have our end of the quarter. The last quarter of the year will end in December 31st. Yes. And that will be the end of the year. And that will usher into another new year. And this is about that every investor in the market, even the PFAs, will try to, okay, let's position our portfolio for the next new year. And at the same time, this end of the year, most companies on the exchange, if you have studied the market, end of the year, price close higher than the beginning. Because in your annual report for the year, you want to say, oh, I opened the year at 2 naira, I closed the year at 3 naira. And that was also for your investors to appreciate what you have done within the year. And that means if, for me, it's a good thing for investors to know if there's a company that says that they opened the year around 5 naira and they're selling around 3 naira today, likely that before the year end, they want to move to like 6 or 7 naira. To tell you that they want to move above what they start the year 2022.
Yes.
This, for me, investors should look at this, how to invest in the market. Don't just like, oh, because it's equity market, just no. Investors should have to guide the board. If some company has that strategy that they must end the year higher than they opened, that means towards the end of the year, this trend we are seeing also come back. That means it will be in the month of December. Already we have seen that what market lost in October, almost getting back in the month of November. Yes. Let the market close today, much probably we can cover it up. Probably that this morning I was seeing the market already in green at this hour, and this is the last trading day of the month of November. I believe that this audition will continue, but investors should not panic, because if you look at the market momentum, it's still very, very strong. That tells you that there's something in for investors.
Yeah, because even if you look at the amount that was lost in capitalization, yesterday was 64, and day before on Monday was 64, yesterday was 61. What does this tell us exactly?
Actually, if you look at also the market rate, on Monday was slightly negative.
Yeah.
Yesterday was it was 16 against 15, 14 against 13 yesterday. It tells that investors are still watching. Why are they watching? People that are holding cash are still on the fence to see that loop to come. If the market reach from the next level, that we'll see a change. People are coming back. Why I say so? December is already there, and also don't forget the election is just in February.
Yes.
And like I tell you that in the month of January, the company that has December as year end will be releasing their unaudited account in January. That will now give investors more insight to see what will come as dividend.
Yes.
Because every investor wants to look at the corporate action. Once you see the unaudited account for January, and election is by the corner, immediately after the election, what next? And I tell you, the presidential election is coming first.
Yes, the first one.
First one. Good. If that you once you see know who is the president, whether it's Obio, whether it's Tinubu, whether it's Atiku, whoever that come, see there will be that reaction to it because each of these will has what economic plan to revive the economy, to make sure that our security become tight and things improve. Because anybody that is going to be president in Nigeria in the next 4 years, you have to sit up. That's why we're looking at their manifesto. But we know that 3 of them has good economic plan. Atiku,
in your own opinion, all the three leading candidates, as they are called, they are pro market.
Yeah. They are all friend of the market. I would say that. Why is the friend of the market? Because they know that without the economy, there's no politics. I tell you that even though you are earning billions in your politics, if the economy is not running, how will you want to pay yourself? That means you must put the economy first. And that means anybody that comes, one, we need security, because for the economy to strive, there must be security. That means for you must have plan to do reforms, because we need some sectors of the economy to be reformed so that we can attract more investment and also even give the local investor more confidence to look at what they have. Because soon now, I tell you that people are holding cash.
Yes.
Because to see where are we going from here.
Yeah.
Once we're able to find a clear direction, those cash will start coming in. Investment will start. You can see things will start changing.
Yeah. So speaking of direction, let's look at today. What should we be looking at today?
Being the last trading day of the month, I expect that the trend we've seen down for 2 days, we might see a little just uptrend, but mostly I'm not too confident with that because it's still within a week.
Yes.
If you're to be last Friday, I will hit my neighbor. Since it's in middle of the week, I will we'll still expect a mistrend. But if you close positive, fine, because being the lab, the last month of every month, day of every month, doesn't count much. What counts is the end of the quarter, and end of the year.
End of the year. Yeah. So speaking of in the long, let's have your final thoughts on that.
Yeah,
then.
Investors should just take advantage. Any pullback in price, buy into position that is good.
Well, we're speaking with Ambrose from Modion. He has shared his thoughts with us on the Nigerian exchange market, and we hope to have you when we see you next. Thank you very much. Still to come, Nigeria's non-oil exporters have repatriated a total of 4.99 billion 10 months after the introduction of the RT200 initiative by the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Apex Bank has said. What does this policy, what have been the promises, and has this policy achieved what it set out to achieve? And we shall be looking at this when we come back from this short break.